Let's talk about P. Diddy. Can't stay out the news. This is Fresh Hiphop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, Diddy, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, was in the biggest hip-hop trial. You can't even say the biggest really, but with what's happening to Lil Durk right now and YNW Melly and all these guys, but P. Diddy was in one of the biggest trials ever. Lasted just over a month, but he was sentenced to 50 months behind jail, about 4 years and some change. And then even when he comes out, big old Diddy is gonna have 5 years of supervised supervision. Plus, he had a $500,000 fine to pay. There was some controversy recently though, as a prison organization released a date that he's suspected to be released from prison, and that will be May 8th, 2028, which is consistent with what he was sentenced, about 3 years, which is in 3 years' time, because obviously he's done 1 year behind bars. Time served and all that. But yeah, I don't know why the reaction was so big that Diddy's release date will be in 3 years' time. We all knew that. Some people were saying how they want Diddy to have more time than that. Some people feel like he should be free right now. But the reaction was interesting because he was sentenced on what? He was sentenced on October 3rd, that's a few weeks ago now. So why people having a reaction that the date he'll be out is released, when we already know he'll be released in about 3 years' time anyway. Some people are saying he'll be out sooner. I believe he will be. I don't think he'll do another 3 years. I think he might even be out next year, maybe end of next year. I don't know why. I just can't imagine Diddy being locked up for this many years in a federal prison for this type of crime. It just doesn't make sense. I know illegal is illegal, but 3 years for hiring, I call them night workers, seems a bit excessive. But his legal team are looking into this. One of his legal representatives, Alexandra Shapiro, has filed for Diddy's appeal. So this is what I believe is Diddy's biggest chance of getting out. As the most obvious thing to say is, not many people are in federal prison for hiring sex workers. Let's just keep it real. That's not really what they had Diddy for. They wanted Diddy for the big charges like RICO, all that blowing up Kid Cudi's car and all these type of organized crime. A mob boss, you can say. But all those charges had no real evidence. All they can get him for was hiring these guys to do Cassie and whoever else, Jane Doe, over state lines, which is obviously, that's what made it a federal crime. But what I'm hearing from other legal people on TV and on the internet is that no one gets locked up for this many years for prostitution. So I believe this Shapiro, I'm sure they will go down that line that why is he basically being made an example of? To spend 3-4 years behind bars, paying, like I said, $500,000 in a fine, and then on top of that, 5 more years of supervision. So this is almost like a 10-year sentence. Just half of it will be behind bars. And I believe it was Brian Steele that revealed not too long ago, while Diddy's trial was going on, or before the trial went on, that Diddy was held by knife point by another cellmate. Because according to reports, Diddy isn't like in one cell by himself. He's in a cell with about 20 other people, which I had no idea about that. I mean, we all know about Diddy likes his action. But I don't think that's the type of action Diddy wants. But when this story came out some time ago, nobody really believed it. We just thought it was paper talk or a way for Diddy to get some sort of sympathy from the public before the trial or while the trial was going on. But even Diddy's friend, Charluki Finney, confirmed the story. He said, I don't know whether he fought him off or the guards came. I just know it happened. Finney, who has known Diddy, real name Sean Combs, for more than 3 decades, believes the brush with death was a warning rather than a genuine murder attempt. If this guy had wanted to harm him, Sean would have been harmed. It would only take a second to cut his throat. Weapon. It's probably a way to say next time you ain't gonna be so lucky. Everything is intimidation, but with Sean, it won't work. Sean is from Harlem. That's right, Diddy is from Harlem. But whether you're from Harlem, Brooklyn, California, or New Jersey, an attack with that kind of weapon when you're sleeping or lying down, wherever, ain't no joke. I don't care where you're from. That's scary, and you're gonna be intimidated, especially when you have no homies in there. Well, I assume Diddy ain't got no homies in there. I'm sure he's got some people from outside. I've told some people from the inside to look after him. But I still am a bit skeptical of that story. I mean, even though Brian Steele has said it and Diddy's friend has said it, surely an attack like that with a high-profile star like Diddy would mean he would be removed from that area and put in somewhere else, some sort of protected custody type of thing. No prison really wants that kind of incident on their record, Diddy fatally wounded, they'll be like, yo, this prison can't protect anybody. You can't protect Diddy, how are you going to protect the average man? Diddy's old buddy 50 Cent couldn't help but react to this. As you can imagine, 50 went online and said, is he snitching now? They put a knife to his neck and said, Southside, we outside. LOL. I just don't understand 50. How is everything a joke to this man? You're talking about Diddy supposedly or allegedly had a knife to his throat, and you got 50 Cent laughing, making jokes about it. Obviously this is 50's thing, this is how he gets his engagement online. He's a troll, but some things aren't really a joking matter. I mean, I know Diddy messed with 50's girl, Daphne Joy, but still, this is a real man, this is a real colleague. This is a guy who's 55 years old, locked up behind some nasty prison cell. I don't even think 50 really wants Diddy to be behind bars. I just think he likes poking fun, really. But 50 Cent is the last or the smallest thing in Diddy's worries right now. He wants to get out of prison. There's a mad rumor out there, people, a serious rumor, that Donald Trump is still considering pardoning P. Diddy, releasing him, getting him out of those bars, getting him out from that dirty cell. But let's not forget, Diddy has multiple civil cases he's still dealing with Hiphop's best friend, Tony Busby, behind most of the cases, or a lot of them anyway. So he's still got to deal with that, and that's no joke. But there is that strong rumor that President Trump will pardon Diddy, get him out of there, save the bad boy CEO. I know Trump was not fully sold on the idea because Diddy was so against him winning the last election. What did Diddy say? Something like, white man like Trump, or what's wrong with America? Something like that. He was pretty damning. And I think if it wasn't for that one statement, I think Trump would have definitely pardoned him eventually. And as much as that rumor is out there that Trump is going to pardon him, there's also been sources saying that is untrue. TMZ shot back and they said this: the White House Communications Office is saying our story is not true. We stand by our story. Our story is accurate. Donald Trump is considering Diddy commutation this week. So maybe it is true. Maybe Diddy will be out sooner than we think. In my opinion, whether it's through the appeal system or whether it's through Donald Trump, I just can't see Diddy staying there to this date that they've said. I just don't believe May 8th, 2028 is the date he'll be released. I know it's an estimated date. It's not like it has to be that day. It could be May 5th, it could be April 28th, it could even be May 28th, I don't know. But it's going to be around that date. I don't think he's going to be locked up in 2028. I think he'll be out, like I said earlier, sometime next year. Maybe late next year, 2026, we'll see Diddy out in these streets again. Maybe having a 5 or 6 or 7 year supervision, maybe they'll modify that. But he'll be out way before that. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And for just a few dollars a month, you can become a member of the channel. Exclusive content just for you. This is Fresh Hiphop Opinion. Peace and love.